Moon Girl. Hi, honey.
Hey.
You look
Hi, beautiful.
wonderful. Oh, no. You're the one who's beautiful.
Always, always gorgeous.
Okay. We're both gorgeous. There we go.
So,
So,
I'm really excited about our beautiful guest.
I
I
know
love and adore them,
I am
Lisa and Debbie.
excited. I am excited too. Welcome, ladies. How are
Yes,
you?
Thank you for having us.
Thanks
How
for
are
having
y'all?
us. We adore.
yes. Thank you for coming on.
Yes.
Well, thank you for
So,
having us. And we all look fabulous.
that's
Yeah.
right. That's right. So, tell us about yourselves. How,
All right, I'm Debra Fawcett, and I am the property manager for the haunted Lavaca County Jail, which I took over 18, and about a year and a half later, I snagged Lisa
What?
to come and help me with the jail. We started doing the restoration work there, and we opened for overnight in January of 2016. Since then, we've had thousands of people with us, and
we've had paranormal teams that come to book it. You know, we have um, music bands that will those. We've had funerals, vow renewals. I mean, it's kind of
we're
like
full service.
it really,
Yes.
and you get us. So you know, how can you beat that?
It's a one for all,
No,
baby.
it
Yeah.
is, and you know it because you've been there, and you know.
Yeah.
You're
The chambers wanted it as a filming location, primarily. Formed it into a paranormal location.
Itself.
When I started working there and all the experiences and talking to him about it, I said, yeah, we have to do this. But we do a lot of filming there. Uh, People that want to shoot a prison film. Jail has the coolest thing about the jail. It was built in 1885. Lavaca County Jail until 2005. The original cells upstairs 1874.
Correct.
But erected in the jail in 1885. They added more modernized downstairs cells. So you for 100-year span of jail technology, I mean the cells upstairs, engine little square flat bar cells.
Creepy.
The ones downstairs are the vertical slide open. So it's cool from a filming perspective.
And I hate you know, that it has all that different kinds of history and stuff. And there was an original house in the back, which got floods, but the whole jail itself. There's the sheriff's parlor, sheriff's bedroom, sheriff's office. There's just the cells, and it is a ridiculously active location.
Sheriffs, I mean, this was old timey Western.
Way back in the day.
Sheriffs always lived in the jail with their families until 9, when Sheriff Dodds, we had a sheriff that was killed with a deputy, and after that point, sheriffs no longer lived there with their families. But all those families, we had a sheriff, John Hutchins. His children had their funerals in that jail, in the house section where they. So we often hear children or have people tell us they hear children. Grew up in here, as weird as that sounds, but
It just
Can we start it over again?
do what?
they're doing good. They're doing good. It's okay. You didn't go that far. Go ahead, Deb.
what?
I don't know. She disappeared. What happened?
She disappeared, but
Yeah.
we were okay. We didn't
Oh, okay.
even miss the beat. It's okay. Um, So you were telling
Yeah.
us about how good it is to film there and how the sheriff families and their families used to live there. But then that stopped. And when did that stop again?
In 1969.
Okay.
So from 1885
Yeah.
until 1965.
The original there was owned by a Marshall Merritt who donated the property it was built connected to his house. So they had that living space, sheriff's bedroom that's in the actual jail building. And in 1981, twice the jail's been flooded with 8 from the Lavaca River that runs right behind the jail.
Mm-hmm.
In 1981, city of Hallettsville, the jail was full of 8 feet of water, and it washed away that original that once stood there.
Mm.
So they replaced that with like the metal buildings, more
Like a
for
metal temporary building type thing.
the jail. So you walk
Right.
in and out. And that housed the kitchen, the laundry room, the sheriff's office, game warden's office, things back there in that building. A lot of residual activity in that building because that's where the house was. It changes just because you change the exterior of the structure.
Right. The whole property, I mean, even outside, a long time ago, there was a cemetery right behind the jail, one of the floods. So I mean, there's just, and there was a gallows at one point.
Public hangings that took place at the jail. Public hangings stopped in 1923, I do believe, and I think the last one at the jail too. So then it became the job of the state prison to do a jail. Yeah, there were never hangings there, never suicides.
Yeah.
I'm sure there were murders there. Yeah.
Right.
And natural causes. I found records of one gentleman that just had a heart attack when in the upstairs cells. So a lot of different kinds of deaths there. And I mean, another subject here, but another interesting little fact was I think it was Sheriff's wife, McElroy, where his wife served the meals to the prison, dinner with them.
Sit down
kitchen,
at the table and eat with them and everything.
This was probably like the 1930s.
And we've met a lot of his family, his granddaughter, great granddaughter, and
people that have been locked up.
yeah, we get a lot of former prisoners will attest to the hauntedness of the jail.
Mm-hmm. Or they'll be like, I've been up 3 times. I'm like, 3 times?
Sir, get off my property.
And I would be like a changed
woman.
Yeah.
If you weren't scared straight after being in those medieval cells, one of the former deputies, the son of the Deputy Sheriff Dodge, worked there for like 30 years, so he was helping me a lot in the very beginning. What were we talking about? And
I don't know.
No, wait a minute.
Happens a lot.
It does. It does. Now, but he would tell me stories, the things that happened with his dad, and moving in there, and I tried to get him to spend the night with us one night. And he's like, "Oh no, I don't want to do that anymore." And he would tell me all these funny stories about the prisoners they had locked up and different things that would happen before the days when everything, some of the hijinks they would get away with that they couldn't do now. Names from him about all these incidents that happen, and then these people show up.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Out to you.
I've heard about you. I've heard about you.
So, what ever got you to take over and and take this job and do this?
Well, I've been a paranormal investigator since I was like 18, since 1824. Let's say over 50 years, because I'm really old. I've always had a love for historic buildings. I had worked on some historic buildings in the past. Some people up here where the jail is, and they mentioned the old jail to me. The old jail in Houseville. I said, I didn't know it had an old jail. So anyway, long story short, it sat empty for 10 years after they closed. It finally got sold at auction. Chambers, who buys historic building. So I sought him out, asked him, because he'd only had it for about a year. I said, so what are your plans having Houseville? He said, well, I bought it as a long-term project, and I said, I would like to come and see it, and I would like to pay you to do an overnight paranormal investigation there. He goes, what? And I'm like, it's your jail. I don't know. It's an old jail. It's the second oldest contained in Texas. So you know it's going to be haunted, right? I just wanted to see it. So you don't have to pay me. I'll meet you there, let you in, spend the night. And, and
a lot happened.
And a lot happened. And I started sending him an audio stuff we've gotten. And he's like, stop it. I said, he goes, so what it all means is, and I was running a very busy medical practice. That's what it all means is I would like to help you with this. All the cleanup. I mean, it was horrifying. The cleanup, get the electricity, plumbing restored. He said, well, one of my long-term goals is him, and I'll offer it back to the communities. People can come in and see it because down with that. So that was always our goal to do that, restore the building. But yeah, once I started telling him about make some money for your restoration work, by groups to come in, and trust me, they will. So,
and they still do.
And they still do.
Yeah.
So it took before I would let people come in there for overnight invest. So many places that were just so disgusting, and you shouldn't be in there without wearing a mask, or some places a respirator.
Yeah,
I mean, where I did not want that kind of place. I wanted a place where people could come in. It was comfortable. You had some amenities, instead of having to go. I won't say.
I still do.
I know you do. And we pee a lot in the backyard.
Yeah, we did. We did pee in the backyard a lot. But
yeah, he's been how successful the jail has been, and it has made a lot of money for his restoration. Enough money to pay your husband to tear off the front of the building.
Exactly. I know.
Yeah, in 1976, they put up this monstrosity, ugly shoebox building that covered the front of the jail. So, yeah, months and months of working in this come apart without hurting anything. Her husband's a master of that, and it was all done with two people, and me and Lisa.
And it looks beautiful.
Oh my God!
It looks.
It does. It looks really beautiful.
It does, and we got pictures with you out front with it.
Yeah. We have a lot of fun pictures. So, still one of my funnest times over there. So I did do investigations with them a few times. It was a lot of fun. So I could totally say Lavaca County Jail is really haunted. But so tell me some of the awesome things either you guys caught or other investigators have caught, any type of evidence or pictures or, EVPs, because I know there's a bunch, because I caught a bunch myself. So I know other people did too.
Yeah. No, we've had come through the jail. I mean, easily thousands. I can honestly say there is not one person that I just didn't get anything.
Ever.
Because you will get something, whether a personal experience, an EVP. It is a very active. I don't like the word haunted, just like scary and bad. I mean, it is an active location for sure. I've had more experiences there than I ever have in my entire life. And my eyes to experiences and beyond the paranormal that existed. So not only have we experienced, apparitions, being a conversation, with a disembodied
voices.
I mean, we go so beyond that, and those are the experiences.
We don't talk
about it
that
much because I know, right? I'm looking
You're gonna scare people.
Gross. I licked her hand. It was salty.
Yeah, we've had experiences on time.
Yeah, time loss was
time loss and things we've recorded virtually next to us that we know didn't happen because we're there and we're sitting there listening to it. She's like, "What happened to us? Where do we go?"
Yeah, time loss was really fucked up. We were sitting here, but on two recorders, things were happening around. Did it happen? Like, maybe it did, and I don't know. That was
more like in that interdimensional aspect. Is the only way I can think of it or explain it, figure it out.
But you just can't.
And there's
showing up in people's on the property,
hearing your voice on tape, saying things you did not say.
Conversation with her in the kitchen, like a 5-minute conversation. I walked out the back door, and she's sitting right there, and I'm like, "Didn't I just talk? No, I've been sitting here the whole time."
And that happens often there.
Very often.
I mean, it happened with me and Kelangelo yelling at me out in the garage, and I came out from upstairs. I'm like, I haven't been out here.
It's.
I hear her talking when she's not anywhere. Yeah.
Like pieces of things that we had at the jail, and they're at the jail, show up at your house.
Should we do that?
Into this because it's such a.
This is
I
probably fascinated me more than me.
Yeah. And we still don't know why.
Anyway,
we'll go.
So behind the jail is a big creek. There was a dump back there. I'm a freak for metal detecting, things like that. So I dragged Lisa down to the creek. Come do this with me. You're gonna love it. It's wonderful stuff. I mean, a gold mine of bottles. Some are
old ass bottles.
So we're trying to clean up
because we know sometimes people will walk through there. So clean up the glass.
We find like a freaking snuff bottle, but the bottom of it's gone. So the broken bottles, we've been to the bank to go back and clean up, later as we go. My house one day, getting ready to come up here from Houston, thinking, well, before I leave, I open it up, it's full of water. I'm like, something's wrong. So I get a spoon and I'm digging down in it, and I hit glass, and I'm pulling this stuff out. Like a group of the broken bottles I threw on the bank that have never been to my house. I don't those finished bottles at my house. I would certainly not put them in my dishwasher. So the bottom of my dishwasher is full of all that glass, the opalescent glass, the brown milk glass, white,
all the old
stuff.
Pieces that we threw up on the creek.
So pulling all that out and draining the water and throw it all out. I didn't tell my husband about this for about a year because I told her about it when I got to the jail. I'm like, all this stuff is showing up in my house from the riverbank out by dishwasher. I had to get a new dishwasher. Ruined it.
And this started the glass stories.
Glass things happening.
So then, when you were driving to work,
I'm driving up here, and I got this hot little roadster Crossfire convertible. Up, and the windows up, and everything. All of a sudden, there's an explosion, and what the fuck? And I'm on the freeway in Houston, so you know what a nightmare that is. In this construction, there's nothing I can do. My window, passenger side window, had exploded. I thought somebody shot me, so I'm immediately like, oh wow. And I'm looking at this. Fuck. So I finally got to Eagle Lake at a car wash and start vacuuming and all that. She calls me. I'm on my way up there.
Yeah, I had gotten to the jail before her. Something would be fucked up every fucking time. I swear. It's like, so I got there first. So I went through the front hallway, and I noticed that the sheriff's office door was kind of shut, which is weird because normally. So I just keep walking in, and I walk out the back kitchen door, and there's some stairs that go down the stairs, and in the walkway there's glass, like pieces of glass, and I'm like, so I'm looking at the two windows that are right there, and they're totally fine. Where's this coming from? So you round the corner, and there's like this little nook, and panels in the sheriff's office, it was broke. It was like completely gone. That window to where the glass actually was to where it should be. There were no pieces of glass anywhere in that window sill, right under the window, anywhere close to the window. These pieces were like 14 feet away.
Going up the steps.
There was a piece at the kitchen sink. Like, shit, because I'm still thinking someone broke in, right? Although I'm looking at this, it's not that big. I mean, I'm a small ass motherfucker. There's no way I could have fit through there. So I go in the sheriff's office, and the desk is all buckled out weird, and I'm just trying to clean up, but I felt like something just didn't feel right. But I cleaned up real quick. I go outside, and we're looking because there's no glass anywhere else other than.
I think did a bird fly through the window?
I'm looking for
none of the glass is
feathers,
outside.
Something. There's nothing. So we decided, let's do a ghost box session. Let's go in the sheriff's office. What the fuck is going on with all this glass? Because this is just getting really weird. She turns it on, and you asked something. It was something along the line of glass. What's the story with all the glass? What's going on? And this voice box, clear as day, goes, the seal broken. Now, okay, look at my arms. I'm the biggest fucking girl.
We heard that, and I looked at her. I said, "Why are you crying?" She goes, "Why are you crying?" Both crying. And I'm like, "Well, bless her. She got out. Nothing broke in."
But you were like, "We got to get out.
We got to get out of here
because something took us over."
We were caught. Both of us crying. I'm gonna cry now.
But it was just so. I mean, I guess the busting out, it was just so weird. I don't even know something to even overtake the both of us. We're very strong, and I mean, spirit. But for something to take us both over like that, and we didn't know why. I didn't even know he was crying.
I'm like, we got to get out of here. We got to go outside right now.
So yeah, so we went outside. How are you feeling? And I'm like relief, like euphoric almost.
And that's what I feel like. Whoever that was.
Like, but that doesn't explain all the other glass, which is still a fucking mystery.
Oh, I know. I mean, they were like,
but they happened like
my son does podcasts. He has a big glass desk in his office
too.
Yeah.
Not that long.
And he called me for he goes, that desk exploded and a million nothing was in there. What the hell, Mom? I'm like, I got nothing, son. I don't know that.
Yeah.
Shit happened. I don't know.
It's just weird stuff. That's what I say. Like, people think paranormal is just like you know, A, B, C, D, and E.
You think of hearing the footsteps, being touched, a disembodied voice, hearing the door. Give me all that back.
Touch me again or something, because
we would say all the time, just bring it back. Screw this other stuff, because it just it's a mind part of the aspect of the jail, because it stays with you for so long. Rationalize it or feel.
How did this happen? Why did this happen?
It has to be.
And it is. We've actually had several people come to the jail as well. Is similar, you know, time loss stuff, and they've said it's.
I got some time loss in one of the rooms where the dolls are.
The sheriff. That's the room we got growled in the morning. Oh my God, that was fucked up too.
It was. I brought this antique bed and put it in the sheriff's bedroom, and it's one of the old beds. It has the mattress, and so I'm drilling all those slats in to make sure they don't anybody that wants to sleep in there. And we get it all done. I'm like, let's lay down, see how comfy it is for 4 seconds, and this growl starts. It is so loud.
The room. It was
and
so
she's
loud.
Like, well, what the hell? Is that outside? I said, no,
it was. It was like right over us.
And I'm laying there, and she goes, I sat up. I'm like, yeah, it does. Don't fucking growl at me. 30 in the morning.
And it was so long,
it was like,
too.
We're going outside. Yeah, all the stuff like that is like 10:30 in the morning, 11 in the morning.
Yes.
And all activities there around.
That's what I tell people too. It's like, don't just think, look, we will allow you. If you want to check in at 3 p.m., that is totally fine with us. Stay until 10 the next morning. It's like the best time ever.
Yeah, a lot of people book a weekend because the daytime activities office
truly is. I think we've experienced more during the day than at night. I don't have my glasses on. I'm blind as shit. I can't see nothing.
We've been needing rain so bad. But yeah.
But yeah, it's just active all the time.
I've run me out of that building as seasoned a professional as I am. The things that have run me out of there have been in the daytime. Been in the daytime.
Now, how active is the upstairs, the actual jail? Because that was pretty active. So can you tell us some of the stories about upstairs?
All right, so recently, I mean, the first we heard the stomping like up in the attic, sounded like somebody jumped on the top of
metal. So
I mean, it was just full of activity that night. And recently we had a group there, and they're a group of young.
They've been there a lot, actually.
And they called us out here on the farm. Somebody broke into jail. They're up in the attic, and they're stomping around and everything. I'm like, no, it's just, it's nothing. He sends us the audio.
It was impressive. It was loud, but we both knew.
So yeah, I've heard it before, but if it makes one of our friends from the police department over to check everything out for you. So, and text us, it's ghosts. I'm like, I know, but
like a group of they're like 20, 21, 22-year-olds.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt bad. They were terrible.
Aw.
I'll go check on these kids for us. And
I mean, they were anybody walking the building, they wouldn't know it. They would have no way upstairs to get on top of the cells to get into. I mean, you got to have ladders to do that. So.
And the Ouija board session and the big double window.
Oh yeah.
That was kind of fucked up.
Oh, we got to hear about that one.
We had some friends there. They were having
That was not the birthday party.
I always say that.
It was just
Anyway, so the girls are upstairs. They want to know, can they do a Ouija board? Sure. One that somebody had given us as a gift. So we take it up with the men's side where there's 4 different cells and a day room.
and the lights work in there. So.
Yeah, the lights work on that side.
And a friend of ours was adamant that we do this.
No problem. The women's side, the lights have never worked in there. So we're doing this probably 30 minutes. Nothing happens. And I'm reading.
Hey, there's instructions.
I haven't done a Ouija board in years. There's instructions. What glows in the dark? Let's take it across the hall to the women's side because there's no lights in it. And we'll set it up there. So the guy who's reluctant about this anyway. So the girls are sitting there. He and I are standing behind them, just watching. And immediately it starts moving.
Yeah, the planchette or the board lights up. The planchette starts moving.
And then
lights come on.
Yeah, lights come on.
That have never worked.
Never worked.
The lights come on.
And I'm looking through the little squares of the cells. The staircase from down along that edge of that cell and then cuts across. I could see this looming, blocking out the lights from outside.
This
Prop
one, that
around
one, no.
So I'm punching this big 6'5" guy next to me, recording, and I don't want to screw that. But I'm punching him and pointing, and he's her eyes.
And just
like,
about that time, I look over and she's gone, man. If she's gone, I'm gone.
I'm out. And he went with me.
So
and you're
gone.
like,
It really was like the heaviest,
it was
dark feeling. I just remember
covered up upstairs, where he just a big black mass. You can't see your hand up there anyway, but it will suddenly get so dark, and you can see
I saw it.
Dark shadow. So many people have seen it, and it's like, yeah, once I get a drip, I'm over outside for a minute.
Yeah,
Give me a cigarette.
Very quickly. It's like she was outside before I even,
She's outside
crap.
smoking.
So another cool thing that happened upstairs, my quote unquote baby brother, her son, JP, normal isolation at the jail, and where he was there by himself for a week, recording upstairs, and he had his camera filming down the hallway, and the men's cell door is like right here. Now these doors are like 500. I don't know if you remember,
2 hands.
but like you can't. It's very hard to use some manpower to open these doors. It was like 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
it was shut, and you see him. He laid down, and
you can see the film for the sleep.
And all of a sudden, this door just opens, like
right by his head.
Opens,
and he didn't even know that happened.
The door's like this sleeping. Yeah, he didn't even notice it.
No, he got up the next morning and packed stuff to go home. And in about 3 days, Mom, I'm gonna send you something. You're gonna freak out.
And those doors are really heavy.
Woke up in that.
That's what I'm saying.
He said,
they're so heavy.
And you have to full force it the whole way. Start opening it, and then it opens. No, that's not how these doors work. This is from 18 such big heavy ass doors.
They weigh 400 to 500
and they're
pounds.
very hard to open. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's very
that
active.
Same week when he was there, up in the sheriff's office with one of my movie cameras and the booking area, set up his cot. He was going to sleep in there. I'm like, okay, I'll be next door here when I used to stay in the bungalow next door. He goes, yeah, I'm done. I'm like, what happened? He goes, so I'm here, footsteps down the hallway. He goes, I can't see anything. The hand on that door where you go into the hallway. And all of a sudden, I knew I couldn't be there no more. So here I am. I said, is my camera? He goes, yeah. I said, let's go get it. So we walk in there together, camera to where you thought you heard those footsteps. Let's see if that's on there. Thing with that, right in between us, we hear, hello? And he goes, stomach was it? I'm like, hello. So I walk out in the hallway, hello. But I knew there wasn't. I mean, it was right between us. He goes, can we just go now? So he picks up the camera and the tripod, starts cutting through the booking area, and I see the GoPro there. I said, is that recording also? Yeah. So we go outside. He goes in my room, laptop, and just watching it. And he comes out and he goes, yeah, we got to talk. He goes, so in there? I said, about 2 minutes maybe. He goes, and what do you remember about our conversation in there? I said, I remember telling you, we heard the hello, and you said, can we go now? And then we left. He goes, yeah, I'm here. So he starts playing it for me. And then he busts out laughing like crazy. Welcome to the dark, misty part of the jail. None of that actually happened. Then there was total silence. And then our actual conversation that we had in there. Boom. He goes, I never laughed. I said, you never laughed. I never said that shit either. And then that silence, he goes, what happened to us? And I'm like, I don't know. You can sit there and look at that driveway all night trying to figure it out. You won't. I just want to go home. I'm like, you're not going nowhere, leaving me here by myself. Sleeping in the bungalow that night together. And yeah.
I mean, it doesn't sound experience time loss. And people are like, okay, you don't comprehend what a fuck that really is. It is scary. I mean,
and it's not something that you can, like, you can't prove that happened to you.
We didn't tell people our story for the longest time.
Forever.
Because it was like,
don't even talk about that. It makes it sound crazy.
I mean, we have the recorders with the stuff, but that doesn't prove anything to anybody else. We know what was happening.
Know what happened.
And it's a very, very weird, book the jail. Okay.
That's what I like about such deep personal experiences
experiences,
yes. That, investigate places all your life, hoping to get a disembodied voice, hoping to be touched by something.
I did get the voices when I stayed up there. I did. And I still have it recorded. Slept up there. First I heard
singing.
Keys.
I heard the woman. First, it was kind of happy moans because it was a co-ed jail, I guess. But then
I remember that, yeah. Yes.
But then I heard a woman yelling really horribly, like if she was being like killed or tortured. And that's still recorded while I was sleeping upstairs.
The women screaming has been there since I've been there.
It's right in the middle of the night, and it's like it sounds like a woman's being stabbed or something. And
one Houseville called me one night. Said, Debra, where are you? I said, I'm in Houston. I said, where are you? I'm in in front of the jail. He goes, I got a call. We got a couple of calls over here. I just want to make sure you were okay, that you weren't here. The back door that goes into the kitchen never stays open. We keep it holding
It's
open.
like a screen door kind of.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big steel door. He said, so garage area, I hear the scream. That door's standing open. It doesn't stand open. I said, yeah, Ethan, just get out of there. He goes, well, maybe some. He said, well, I called for backup, but the closest guy's like 30 miles away. I said, just get there. He goes, I'm going to go shut that door.
Just don't worry about it. Just go.
No, he did. He went in and left skid marks getting out of there. I said, don't go in there. He goes, as long as I know it's not you in there, I don't hear screaming.
No, we have.
So many times there, and groups get it all the time. Bless her heart. I don't know why she's screaming. But,
I don't either.
yeah.
And the lunging, like the running up the stairs. That's another one. It's like bum 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 bum.
Yeah.
In one video, I was like, stop it! You hear them like they're about to attack you or jump on you. It's pretty crazy.
People get that too.
They open and close as soon as they walk by. I get that a lot. We've gotten that a lot.
Good response session with the guy named Patrick on the stairs.
Oh, Patrick's fine.
We haven't figured out why, but he's very good at answering.
Every time I walk upstairs, I'm like, it's me, Grandma. I'm coming up. Hey, Patrick. And acknowledge him.
So, yeah.
We've had stuff happen to us inside,
in the bungalow,
back by the creek.
Yeah, back by the creek area that we hang out at.
But I mean, there were lots of stories about pushing through to the river out back in the day.
Well, think about it. I mean, it's 1905. You got some freaking asshole that you got to look out for, and who's being an ass, and you don't want to take him to the back. You shoot him and you throw him down the river. Well, back in the day, when records were sheriff, that stuff was destroyed. So you don't, or they just didn't like paperwork.
We don't like paperwork.
We still didn't do that.
But we had two major floods there.
And that
records were lost. We have one of the remaining jail ledgers that goes from 1927 that they saved in the 1941 flood because they were still actively using it. So, and now I have it.
So any records that we have that we have confirmed, like this is like so valuable because we don't unfortunately have a lot of that, but just all the history, the town.
But we've been blessed by so many of the sheriff's family and sharing their stories and their family histories, and it's just been wonderful to meet those people. I love when they come and can talk about. Her is a good friend of ours, and she came and gave us the book that she found in her mother's bed. A big portrait of her parents. The room that's the front parlor. She goes, yeah, this was my bedroom when I was like 15. And those sills there on the window box, dance and everything. And I mean, just to hear, she had never been in the upstairs of the jail. She said, Daddy would never let us go up there either. So she had never been up there before. I'm like, girl, you're going today. We're going to, yeah, I love meeting those people that can confirm a lot of things that are still great to hear it from firsthand family and prisoner and sheriffs. And
Can you tell us a little bit about the jail at the bottom outside of the thing?
The downstairs cells?
The downstairs jail, yeah.
Constructed in 1986, so it's like 100-year span between the upstairs and downstairs cells.
And we know of 2 suicides that happen in those downstairs cells on each side, back to back. They're
smaller. Well, the upstairs ones are small. Holding tanks, like when you walk into those cells, holding cells. holding tank.
A holding tank. You put liquid
in those.
drug tanks.
I don't know, whatever. No. Well, just put you in the hands and
the side. So they each have 3 sleeping bunks, a day room area.
A lot of people get EVPs. We've had twice coming out of the men's side of the cells.
We had a party there one night.
A charcuterie board.
Charcuterie board. That doesn't constitute.
That thing was beautiful. I spent a lot of money on that thing.
I love those things. They're delicious.
They are. It was so.
We've slept down in those cells a lot. I will not sleep up, but we sleep downstairs a lot. And
we used to sleep downstairs a lot.
Yeah, we used to. Now we ain't wrapping it no more.
We need to have a slumber party again, but this time we have to go upstairs.
Oh, they do.
Absolutely.
And she'll make the charcuterie board again.
I will.
Yeah.
Wine to go with it. And
It was.
We'll have a party.
We did.
But so we just saw that side of the downstairs cells that night, and we had some friends there with us that were
3. It was Jen, Jean, and Chelsea.
So I fix to go to bed. We hear this Tejano music.
It was so loud.
Going on. So meow. As we leave the threshold of that, we don't hear it anymore. But then we're talking to hear anything. We went outside to see if there was anything outside that would.
Like there was a bar, and there is a bar there, but it was closed because it was like 3 a.m. Like this, there was like a mariachi band right outside the cells.
Yeah.
It was
in the rec yard right there.
So we went outside. We're looking. We don't hear anything. We walk back in the day, cross the threshold to
Party
where
on.
the cells actually are, loud as could be. It's like, what the fuck? You step right back out, quiet. It was no. Just
okay.
Party. I know, it was meant for us.
Yeah, a lot of people have seen Christians down there in those cells as well. I've heard a lot of things. I had on my YouTube channel of John and I sitting down there before we had electricity. All I had was not hooked up, but I had a little tall oscillating fan sitting there. And we're talking. It's like a cold breeze or cold draft, something to cool us off. That fan for John's like, what the hell?
It wasn't even plugged in.
It's not even plugged in. Yeah.
It's like, thanks, guys.
Thank you. Yeah, that was cool.
Do you guys have any upcoming events? Any groups going over?
We have it up. That I know.
We're so booked. Last week I had 5 nights a week. I mean, I think what has really kicked it up a notch, we did the thing with Nick Joe, and which was not released in the United States until like a year ago.
Yeah,
something like that.
but that really did a lot for us.
That did a lot for us.
Yeah.
He was a couple days with us, and what a sweetheart of a guy.
And real. So
I hate the paranormal shows. I'll go on record saying that. That guy, I won't mention his name. We all know him. Can't stand him. And I got to learn a lot about all that.
There's like remote controls. And
we've had the Travel Channel there filming, and
they come with a script. Like,
they don't get anything. They have remote controlled REM pods. They were trying to buy a big mirror for
destroy for the theatrics of the episode.
Yeah, because all the
story decks, they came with this story that had like nothing to do with the jail. I'm like
there's
what the annoying.
So much good stuff here you could have gotten.
Exactly.
But I told her, listen for you. Yeah, this is going to be quite the experience. There's such things, you're not going to believe it. You're going to hate yourself when it's over. So we're praying that somehow happens to keep this from ever airing, because I'm going to have to move and change my name if it does.
By the grace of God.
God help me.
The
star of the show
was busted with meth.
So it never hit. We're like episode number 6. They spent a lot of money on this.
They really did.
Thank you, Jesus.
It was terrible. I mean,
it was. We were living the highlight that week.
Oh my God, we ate so good that week. It was amazing.
They bought extra air conditioning just for
we made some great friends with the camera crew. And we had a blast.
It was fun.
It was hot as fuck though, because it was like, and they wouldn't let us have fans or the AC going or anything. So like, there's this one sweat drips right down here, and then there's mascara, and I'm like, this better not air.
You gotta have the black shirt on you had on yesterday.
It was in a pile of dirty clothes.
Sweat drenched, disgusting rag.
We got to run that scene again for like the 80th time. We put a little more enthusiasm into that.
Yeah. So anyway, we hate show business. We don't
let Groff, because that was
Groff.
Amazing. Yeah. It was just him and his cousin and like cameras and his laptop.
And one of the best things I've ever seen.
And it was amazing. It was amazing. It was.
He made us investigate with him. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna go and let you get started. Stairs and do it. We're gonna investigate with you. It was so much fun.
It was.
So yeah, I never got into this for any kind of love the paranormal. I love meeting the people, and I'm not into that. Yeah. Turned down major shows.
Yeah.
Because of their contract. We want to own all of your stuff in perpetuity. Roger's like, perpetuity? So we would turn down a lot of those because their contracts are ridiculous, and I refuse to sign them.
Other YouTube shows. I watch that shit all day long.
That's way better than any mainstream television show. Yeah. Because YouTube is forever.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. I'm never going to see that shit again. Ever. YouTube's forever. A lot of films like that are an alternative to mainstream television. Exactly. I'm all about it.
If you're watching us, no, there's a script.
Agree the fuckery.
Pretty much. Yeah. I'm not an actress, folks.
She was disillusioned when that happened. I told her, this is not what you think it is. Oh, the Travel Channel's coming.
Hey, look, we ate. Great. That
was...
I know we did.
The catering. That's always a plus.
Catering. Cool. Oh, they came with a huge U-Haul filled with like the best snacks and drinks. Like 5 times a day, they would come up to us with a clipboard. Okay, we're going here, 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 and what do you want?
He said, Scott, can I get fajitas for 2? And I'm like, get that, get dessert. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, y'all can have entrees.
Why didn't you tell me?
Okay.
I'm stocking up on groceries for the week, dude.
Just know if you come, we're eating your food. Okay.
Yeah, we are.
Well, you know, it's nice to hear you guys being so refreshing, because there's so many places that love the fake performance. Yep. And in a place like yours, it sounds like you don't need that. You absolutely don't need that.
Because the place is actually haunted. That's why. You know,
active, highly active. Let's not say haunted.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay.
It's all right. It's haunted and active. Okay, it really is.
But you get these young kids that's all they can think about is getting
you know.
Yeah.
And that's fine, but sometimes, I personally think thoughts is that if a spirit wants to communicate with you, it's going to, and it might not take those personal experiences and just be happy, because, you know, I think those are worth. Oh, look what I found. You know, that's.
Oh yeah, and in fact, we've captured images and things that we go back and listen to on tape, and then they go away. They're not there anymore
Because they were just meant for
It's
you
like,
that one
why
time.
is it happening? And I've been for decades, and we discuss things like that. And lots of people have said we've had something that was meant for you that you're not supposed to share, and that it's nice that they can take that away.
Yep.
And like, that shouldn't be a thing. It is a thing, and it can happen. So, but yeah, for instance, I had questions. A lot of them have been answered. A lot of times I think finally got some answers. And then something happens, and you realize you know shit about nothing.
No, you don't.
You were sitting on that. So you evolve as an investigator. Your thoughts change. Your opinion, changes. So that's what I love about it. There's always something new. You can't get cocky about it because they'll set you straight real quick.
And we're shitty with each other. I mean, this paranormal unity really
it's very competitive. Very competitive.
It is, and it's just stupid. We're all
it's
trying.
Very
we're
nasty.
all trying, so we should all be working together as a team and not,
And that's so heartbreaking into this. I was a college student. There were really no books on the Edgar Casey, and there was like 3 and one written in stone. And I met, came to my college to talk, and boy, was I didn't have internet then. You didn't have anything. And you couldn't talk to anybody about it. If you claimed to be a UFO abductee, you're like, right, to talk to about that. And now that you have millions of people to talk to, what a wonderful time to be able to actually do some research, compare, put together some theories of how things happen, and everybody's stabbing each other. Yeah. It's just very sad to me that you let that opportunity, when this could have been the answer to so many things. I mean, and there are some good groups that do study groups around the country. We have an ITC group that we've been in for we get together once a year and go to different places around the country. But it's nice to have it known and trusted over the years that you can discuss things with, and you might had this happen, and that it's just too cutthroat now to try to meet with somebody outside that.
Well, that and throwing too many different team and stuff. I mean, you really have to trust the people that you're doing this with. You know them. One bad little motherfucking steal it for everybody, and that's another thing too, that you gotta just that you vibe with well, and
that's what makes a great investigation. If you got people in there, nothing's gonna happen for you. Okay, it's just not one for everyone, just from their attitude, and I firmly believe spirits communicate by vibrational level.
That's right.
If you can't get that going and put all that other stuff aside for not be there.
Well, ladies, we've had.
I want to ask you really quick about where we can, if somebody wants to book a reading for you guys. I'm sorry, book a session there.
Hey, we can start doing.
I'm sorry, I was like looking at my tarot card.